Hey guys, it's Finley here, and welcome to episode 6, series 5. And we started off the episode at the Rune War, which happens every Sunday evening. Lots of main clans get together and fight each other, and I take my CC up there, and we kill looters and we kill whatever we see. Unfortunately, this guy was actually attacking people in the clan chat, so we all piled him to save the guy who was getting backstabbed. And he got kicked. So just a little warning for anyone else who's planning to backstab. That's what's going to happen, and I will get your rune. But yeah, I've got a decent amount of rune here, so I'll probably end up outing that one day. And then I went up to Rogue's Castle, which has been very successful for me recently. And this guy was a very low combat, so he died fairly quickly and had some nice diamonds on him, as well as raw tuna. Hill Giants is a great spot to go in order to get my limpwork roots for herb lore, and they also drop a fair amount of nature runes and herbs as well. So and also gems, as you see. So it's like a really good spot for me to go. Pretty quiet. Never really see anyone up here. So yeah, if you ever need to go to the Hill Giants, maybe try that place out. I then decided to buy myself a little Christmas present, and that's to upgrade my Gmaul. I did it in a PvP world, and I do have access to the Bounty Hunter reward shop, and yeah, got my Gmaul there, which is kind of cool. And then also a guy from the clan chat called Napex, he told me that I could actually fill up my vials in the wilderness. I didn't think there was a water source in the wilderness, but I was wrong, and the guy showed me, and it is here. It's a sink in the ruins, level 27. Which I can use my vials on, so that's wicked. I've got loads of empty vials as well. So as you see there, I've got about 600 empty vials that I can fill up when I find the time to. And yeah, a load of herbs to be made into potions. So just basically making whatever I can at the moment. 21 herb lore there, so that's pretty cool. Getting there. Notice there I chucked in my TB on this guy. He was actually protecting magic, which means the teleblock will only work for about 1 minute 40 instead of the original 5 minutes if he wasn't protecting from magic. So I started ranging him and pull out the Gmaul and didn't get the KO, which was a bit frustrating. But I chased him west towards Hill Giants. He was obviously nearly out of food, and got the binding then, whacked on my range, and he had pretty much given up by the looks of it. He was out of food. And just as I go in for the Gmaul, he fucking Ring of Lives, and his Ring of Life saved him, and I was pissed. The teleblock obviously had worn off, and yeah, he got away. So the next spot to go and PK at was at the Chaos Elder Druids. People come here, same as what I do, to train their strength, and also to collect a shitload of herbs. So he seemed to be out of prayer, I think, so he started running north. He was teleblocked, so he couldn't teleport out. And he was like, come on, lol. He's been kind of cool about it. But yeah, it's a vicious place, the wilderness. And I got the kill. And I got a glory. I got a loop half of a key, which is kind of useless for me. And a load of herbs. But I was kicking myself because I didn't actually have my looting bag. So I could only collect the herbs that I could really fit in my inventory there. I then went to the God Wars dungeon area in the wilderness. And surprisingly, I actually found someone my level doing the same thing, collecting keys. So I got the TB in, and he was kind of AFK, well he was, and then he suddenly came back to life. So when I pulled up my Gmaul, I started panicking, but I did get the spec in, I got the KO, and he fell to the floor. And then on the floor, I got my beautiful Bandless Mitre, which you see there, which is the last God Mitre that I needed to get in order to be safe here. So now I can wear a Bandless item, and the Bandless followers will be off me, which is awesome. I'm really happy with that PK. I then wanted to do a bit of PVMing, just to mix things up a bit. Now I've killed Venenatus before, but the trick is, what I didn't know before was that you need to get the spider in multi in order to hit well on it. If you don't, you basically only max like 12, so you need to get it in multi. Which is a pain in the ass because it basically wants to be in single. That's why it helps to have more than one person here. But just perseverance really. I eventually got the spider into into multi. I'm asking Larry, the Cape Seller, to help me out. But Venenatus, its main drop is the Dragon Pickaxe, along with the Treasonous Ring, I believe, which is like 1 in 512 chance of getting it. But you see here, I was actually hitting pretty well with my Ruby Bolts E, and I was like, tank it, son, you got this, you got this. And because I got 1 defense, and well, yeah, you see there, I just got absolutely sloshed by it. It was very low HP, but I did return and brought my recoils, and that did the majority of the damage. And the loot was pretty poor, 15.7k cash, but it's money, and yeah, life goes on. So I went back to the Chaos Elder Druids and started targeting this guy. Pulled out the Gmaul spec, very poor. I hit a 3 and a 2, but he couldn't get to the altar in time, and I got the kill. Again, a load of herbs, which is really cool, and this time I did have my looting bag, so I was able to drop a load of sharks, run back, and pick up all the herbs and all the Ranar weeds, etc. And as you saw, I PK'd that Bandos Mitre, which meant I could kill the Bandos followers this time for once. So targeting the goblins for the keys instead, and you see me getting my first key. Again, I've said this quite a lot, but the AUK for 61.5k each, which is amazing really. I did this all before work one morning, and in the space of 25 minutes I actually got 5 keys. Here's the 3rd key, pick it up there, you see me AUK it. And I actually forgot to record the 4th one, but you see the cash has actually gone up. And the 5th key there. So it was awesome, 25 minutes, 300k, take it. Then I went to the Black Chins in a bot world. This is where people go to sort of hide from PKers. But this guy was, I so nearly killed him then, but he actually tanked it and he kept running. But he was like, dude, I've only got 30, I'll trade you them. As you know, I can't trade people, so I'm afraid I had to see this one out and kill the poor little fucker. He kept running, dressed as a bot, but he obviously wasn't a bot, but he's just got those green trousers on, the bald head. No real love for his character. Yeah, I'll just take that first default character look, whatever. Yeah, again, my Gmaul has not been on my side like in these recent days, but carried on chasing him and ran him all the way down. I was mixing it up a bit. Instead of using my K-bow, I was actually using rune crossbow and diamond bolts, which is kind of fun, but it's very slow. I'm not the biggest fan of using a rune crossbow for PKing, especially not with fairly low range. But he didn't drop his Black Chins, or should I say released. He actually, died with them on him, which was lucky for me, but only 31, but still quite funny. And same again, same place, and I logged in and some guy logged out. Now the trick is just to wait a minute, because he's obviously doesn't want to lose all his box traps, and he actually logged back in. So I got the TB, which means he couldn't inbox his Black Chins back to his bank. So if you're teleblocked, you can't inbox. You can still release them, and I'm kind of surprised he didn't, but I'm sure you guys will now you've watched this. If you're ever catching your chins, you don't want the PKs to get it, but like I said, he didn't. And this time a slightly more generous amount of Black Chins there, 120 odd. So yeah, they're definitely adding up in my bank there. I then sort of haven't been to the Chaos Alley for a while, so I decided to get a few kills up here, still using my rune dagger to poison it. And first drop there, I've got an antidote ++, which will be useful for like Kingbat Dragoning or whatever I decide to do. There you go, the poison actually got the kill then. And I got 250 Chaos Runes. That was my first ever drop from the Chaos Alley, I remember it well. It took me about an hour and a half to kill it, and I only got 250 Chaos Runes, but whatever. And then I saw a dragon drop, and I was like, no, fuck. And then I realised it was a dragon dagger, and not a two-hand or a pickaxe. So back down to the Chaos Elder Druids. Pretty packed down there recently, which is nice to see a good amount of activity in the wilderness. And got a load of super potions and some herbs as well, so I chucked those straight in my looting bag. And yeah, happy days. So you guys have probably noticed that when I do PK a pure, I tend to loot their climbing boots. I have about 45 now banked in total, and that is because if I decide to do another quest, I will probably be doing Death Plateau as my next quest, in order to wear climbing boots myself. But in order to unlock that, I'll probably set a goal of PKing 50. So yeah, that would be my next goal for the quest. But yeah, you see me here looting up. It's always good to get a few backup potions in the bank, and if I ever do run out, I tend just to go to Edgefield, Bounty Hunter Worlds, and loot all the potions there, because people die a lot there. Next up, I went to East Dragons, and it's actually quite rare to find mains here. You normally find pures ranging the dragons, or you find PKs here, but in this case I found a main, quite a low combat main, but he had over 60 defense. Obviously you see his dragon boots there, and I TB'd him, started ranging him again, and thought it would be a good idea to go in with the maul, my lucky maul, but the dragon spawned and fucked me over. However, the guy decided to run straight into multi, and my first entangle actually splashed. Put on my Zami robes, and just as I thought he was going to get away and I hit a lag spike, I managed to get in the crucial bind. So back to range, and always got my smite up. But this guy played it pretty well. You know, he had his wasn't panicking too much. He was protecting the right prayer and all that. But luckily my magic is nice and strong at 86, so I don't splash too much. I went in for the G-Maul here, and again, it's been a bad week for the G-Maul, and yeah, didn't get the KO, but he was clearly pretty out of food now, just on his last supplies, and carried on chasing him down. What level is he? 75, so he had to get to level 6 in order to be safe, so he still had quite a long way to go, but I actually thought that I was going to lose him here. Luckily he carried on in a straight line, so I got the entangle in again. Finally, this was the last entangle I had to do. He was on very low HP, so I stepped in with the G-Maul and got the kill. Hit the 2, lucky number. And on the floor, lovely pair of dragon boots there, and an Ami of Glory, and a load of bones, which I don't really need. So yeah, that was possibly the biggest PK of the week. And I'm afraid this episode really isn't as long as I'd like it to be. But I've just been seriously tied up with work these past few days, and only 2 more days of work and then I'm on holiday. But I've have done an episode every week since, what was it, 26th of July I think I started the series, and I'm going to be spending Christmas with my family, obviously, so I don't think there will be an episode this time next week. Just going to have a little sort of week break, and then kickstart the new year with series 6. So yeah, I'm actually going to Ireland for 2 days as well with a friend, so that should be really fun. But yeah, if you guys want to see series 6, make sure you leave a like and comment, and also if you want to share any ideas on what goals I could set myself for series 6, let me know, and always enjoy reading your comments, guys. So thanks again, leave a like, and yeah, see you in 2 weeks. Cheers!